Fam, what is up with the squad? It's such your favorite auntie with Uncle Tendencies in the building. Uncommon Favor by Dawn Staley is the topic right now. Chapters 1-4. What's up, fam? Coming in the door. Hit the like, hit the share. They both right there. Coming in the door. Hit the like and the share. They both right there. Now, y'all know we family. So I've been getting messages from people and everything in my DMs, and everything. So no judgment. Let me know. Put a 4 in the chat if you've actually read through chapter 4. If you've actually read through chapter 4. Put a 4 in the chat. Miss D, what's happening? Miracle Rider Few, what's happening? Put a 4 in the chat if you actually read through chapter 4 in the book. Y'all know, if you've actually read through chapter 4, no judgment. No judgment. If you have not read through chapter 4, it ain't no judgment. We still gonna have a conversation, okay? I'm trying to get a feel for if four chapters in a week is too much. Is that just right? Y'all let me know in the chat. Let's figure that out. Let's figure that out, because I don't want people to be pressured. And I looked at the WNBA schedule, and it looked like Monday evenings about this time is gonna work best for our conversations. I just didn't want to stretch the book out forever. We could read one chapter at a time for the book club if y'all want to. It's not about me. It's about us. It's about us as a group. So coming in, y'all let me know how y'all feeling. Y'all let me know how y'all feeling about 4 chapters at a time. Does that really work? It doesn't have to be like that. I'm going to do better about during the week pushing out some of the stuff that I'm seeing in the book, and getting some of y'all feedback back, like in the community posts and some of the posts online. Just getting this dialogue going. I am loving the book. Let me say that off top. I'm loving the book. I wanted to make this loud and clear, though. I wanted to make this loud and clear for all these people acting brand new about Dawn Staley. I need for y'all to understand that the coach, she ain't just winning on the court, right? Before we even flip another page, she's not even just winning just on the court. I need for y'all to understand that she's now, I think it was number two best-selling nonfiction author in the entire country for this month, according to New York Times. Number 2, y'all, right behind. I don't even know who the biggest name was before her, because I stopped at her. It was like 2, Dawn. Good. That was what I was making. That's what I was wondering. That's what I was wanting. She was already a legend. But now the whole world get to read about it. They get to hear about it. I love that we get to hear it from her voice. So let me see. Okay, 4. Almost done with chapter 4. Okay. So how y'all feeling? Is 4 chapters enough? 4 chapters? Y'all want to keep it at 4? Y'all want to take it back some? Y'all want to speed it up? Let me know. So we know Uncommon Favor, and I'm just gonna give some facts real quick as people coming in and let me know how y'all feeling about like reading at this pace. Let me know. But climbing number 2 on that hardcover nonfiction list as of I want to say day before yesterday. I looked at it, maybe yesterday. I know Drip posted about it. For those of y'all not reading the book, it combines kind of like her memoir. There's some ministry in there, some testimony in there. I definitely feel like it's a leadership blueprint, and it's rooted in faith and favor. Like, it's everything that I love and respect about Dawn Staley, just as an individual, a black woman out here trying to model what success looks like, being unapologetically herself. So I'm really appreciating. Let me get y'all thoughts on the book. Let me know what y'all thinking on the book. Y'all know y'all talk too. This I ain't got to talk. And if y'all want me to drop the link so you can come up and talk, I don't mind y'all coming up and talking. If you just want to put comments in, you don't have to show your face. If you want to come up, let me know. I'll drop the link. But if you just want to type comments in the chat, I'm fine reading those comments and engaging like we normally do. But let's talk about it. I mean, she is part of this rise right now in culturally relevant, spiritually anchored nonfiction um, by Black women authors. So, we did Asia's book. We're doing Drip's book now. I think we're going to do Brittany Griner next. I'm not sure. Dawn, the epitome of greatness, grounded and well versed all around. Yeah. So I think what I'm surprised about, and so let me see, too, because I wanted to make sure that for those of y'all who, so far, and each chapter is a lesson. So I've done lesson 1, 2, 3, and 4. So lesson number 1 was the disciplined person can do anything. Lesson number 2, hope is a ladder, right? Hope is what, man, get you up out of where you are. It's the spirit of hope that's going to motivate you to do the work, to climb the ladder, to get to wherever it is that you're trying to go. The disciplined person can do anything. I mean, these are just jewels that you can just live by. Lesson number 3, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. I tell you that, I talk about that all the time. I talk about that all the time. I don't care about starting. You can clap, all that. Who's on the floor when it's over? Who's on the floor finishing? That's what mattered to me. So it's refreshing. It's always refreshing when what you think about a person, what you see is what you get. I haven't met Drip or anything like that, right? But from what she's sharing with us, what you see is what you get. What I've seen and what I've made assumptions about or understood about Drip from interviews and seeing her coach and seeing her play is ringing true in her own words. And lesson number four, you have to do what you don't want to do to get what you want. You have to do what you don't want to do to get what you want. You gotta do what you don't want to do to get what you want. It's not where you start, it's where you finish. Hope is a ladder, and a disciplined person can do anything. I'm blown away at how many times she failed in getting to the accolades. Because Drip resume read like, whew, man, a Hollywood movie. When you put it all together and just look at like from high school on down. But when you look at like all of the things that she talked about, the challenges, and damn, let me tell y'all something. Just between us, I didn't realize that the Drip in college in Virginia played against a team coached by Tara Vanderveer, and then was coached by Tara Vanderveer. I didn't even realize that. That really put in perspective like how long Tara Vanderveer has been around the game. But let's get into it. What's some of y'all favorite parts? What's some of y'all favorite parts in the book so far? What's some of y'all favorite parts in the book so far? I talked a little bit about that first chapter in our first meeting. Favor doesn't equal fairness, and it's always purpose over perfection. God's favor doesn't always look like fairness, and that's something you have to accept early. God's favor doesn't always look like fairness, and that's something that you have to accept early. Favor ain't fair. Favor ain't fair. Man, when you can understand and accept that early, man, everything else falls in place. Because all it is what's meant for you is what's meant for you. I love how she wasn't afraid to talk about her disappointments and how they feel her to be better. Luai, what's up? What up? Okay, let me tell y'all something. Boodles took me out. Boodles took me out. If you're listening, if you're listening to the audible, right? Boodles took me out. Let me know if y'all got to the Boodles part of the book. Boodles took me out. Okay, I I don't even know how you come up with a nickname Boodles. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know if y'all got the Boodles, man. Boodles took me out. That was one of the funnier parts. She said Boodles had her not had Drip not focused on hoop, on school, on nothing. Boodles had to take a back seat to basketball because Boodles was getting in the way. Okay, Boodles, yeah, Boodles was a shocker. No, I figured that there was some Boodles out there, but the nickname Boodles, bro, I was outdone. She was like Boodles. I said, oh no, rewind. I had to rewind. Now let me. What did you say, Drip? Oh man, the nick Boodles. I don't know how you come up with that nickname. I mean, I think what I love so much is, and I guess this is one of the things that she was talking about as I approach 50 here, not next year, but soon. Um, it seemed like at 50, she's just like, I don't care what nobody think. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm doing what I want to do. She is so. You need to know more about Boodles. I would love to see a picture of Boodles. I would love to see Boodles pop up and say, "Hey, I'm Boodles." But I love how she is just um so authentic with the story. The vulnerability in the story, the stuff that you probably never would have got a chance to know, right? And I'm glad to hear. I'm glad it's nobody else's voice telling the story. I like that it's her voice. Uh, she talked about how many times she failed. Um, she talks in detail about going to the final four 3 times in a row, and then missing that shot and losing that thing by 1 point, and in that last effort. She talked a lot about the anxiety that she felt just around basketball, around performing, around failure. I think that that's something that we can all relate to in some way, shape, fashion, or form, right? In whatever it is that we're pursuing. You may experience these different anxieties, right? And how she worked through it. Dawn said, her male counterpart, and she said so many things that just hit home. And we're not going to be up here long. We just kind of talking through some of the parts of the books, but some of the parts of chapters 1 through 4. One of the things that stood out for me though is why uh, being such an ambassador of the game, and an advocate for equity in sports is so important to her. When she was talking about the fact that here she was, went to two time national player of the year, uh, three time loser in the final four. Uh, what else did she say? 3 time loser in final four. 2 time national player of the year. Uh, several accolades that she didn't even name because it was so many. 1 second, y'all. My bad, y'all. My bad. My bad. When she was talking about all of these things that she was done, all of these things that she had done, and then she said she was at the customer service at the retail job folding up jeans, and her male counterpart signed a contract for $80 million for doing the exact same thing. It was stuff like that that made me be like, damn. No wonder it's always at the forefront of your mind. No wonder you're up here telling ESPN we need more money for what it is that we do for you at South Carolina. No wonder you're wired to call these things out. Can you imagine that? $80 million, and you folding jeans at the local. I'll say Mervin's now because I think Mervin's is out of business, but for the exact same thing. And then she talked about I think I talk all the time about like what Drip has, what her accolades are. Not even thinking about the failures that took place before then, like all of those things that shaped her. So like, yeah, that has to be a head shaker right there, and someone she knew too. You know what I'm saying? My homeboy. We was just at the gym, shooting hoop together, playing hoop together. Lil, me and you do a layup, I do a layup. Your layup look good as my layup. My layup look good as your layup. You're getting ready to go make $80 million. I'm on my way to fold jeans at the local department store, and I'm just as good as you as far as in our respective arenas, right? Like that's wild. So, and then I'm thinking about like all of the. I look at her all the time, and I'm like, damn it, she's done this, she's done this, she's done this, she's done this, she's done this. And you don't think about how many times she had to fail to be able to do that stuff. Like the courage it took, the discipline it took, right? We looking at what these what these chapters are. What it took. The disciplined person can do. Hope is a ladder. It's not where you start, it's where you finish. How the hell do you even have? How the hell do you even find it in you to have hope that you can beat things that don't even exist? She like, I'm gonna play basketball some damn where. First, she just wanted to play in the Olympics. She, you know, what I'm saying, she thought she had hooped in '92. Y'all got to that part. She thought she had hooped in '92. She knew she came. She said she came in what? USA down. USA down. Like what? Tell me I'm not Olympian. Man, it was like, yeah, we'll holler. They was like, we will holler at you. So I think that we take we take for granted sometimes her successes and everything that's on her resume without like really talking about what it took to get there. What it took to get there. So um what y'all tell me what's your uncommon favorite moment? What's your uncommon favorite moment? Her, she, it's funny how she talked about growing up with everything and nothing at the same time. We They didn't have no money, but they had love, right? And that was everything. Growing up, I had no concept of if we was poor or well off or middle class or none of that. My house was taken care of. What I needed, my needs were met. My needs were met. I didn't feel like I didn't feel like my life was any different than the people that I was encountering, the kids I was encountering in school. I had no idea. And that's not a knock on where people are now. But like nowadays, kids tell you shit like, well, when my mama check it, when my mama taxes come, I had no idea. Taxes? Who tax? What you talking about? I had no idea. Who was getting some taxes? I had no idea of that kind of stuff as a kid. So I just how things have changed. To keep the faith when you're not seeing the light. Yeah, she really got it out the mud, like out the mud. Like Dawn was like, "Yo, I'm a UVA," and they was like, "You will conform." God damn, the conform part, I sat up in my chair when she said conform because I was like, conform who? I couldn't even hear her because she said you gonna have to conform. My mental was like, who? Conform who? You should have seen y'all should have seen my face. And they weren't even talking to me. She was reading the story. I was offended. And that shit happened years ago. Conform who? Conform who? But I know I had the same moment. You gonna have to dress like this, you gonna have to walk like this, you gonna have to do like this. I remember looking the teacher in the eye at Alabama State and saying, hey, if I gotta look like that and walk like that and do that, then I probably don't want to be there. That don't sound like the place for me. I don't want to be no place that I got to be less than who I am, or I got to dumb down who I am, or I have to be different than who I am comfortable being. I don't want to be there. And they were like, we don't know what you're gonna do. How? Well, I don't know. I'm headed back to California. At least they a little bit more liberal than what y'all got going on out here in the South right now. Because what you're talking about to me is you're telling me that I can't be Cess. What you're telling me right now is Cess ain't good enough. And I understood years later that what she was saying to me is, as a black woman looking at me trying to be in corporate America, you're gonna have to be different to be able to be successful here. I wasn't willing to hear that shit. What? I ain't doing that. For who? I don't mean I don't need to be there then. So it's stuff like that that just that took me back to moments in my own. Conform who? For what? Who said? Why I got to? No, well, I don't need. I ain't doing that. White hot, white hot reaction. No, say she almost got put out of school. Yeah, almost got put out of school. How she react to stuff. No doubt about it, says it takes some kind of courage to preserve despite the odds, challenges, and on top of that, applying pressure. Yeah, listen, come on now. Think about that. I mean, just the stuff that she shared, bro. Man, I'm cracking up. I'm cracking up trying to picture Dawn sinking in her seat when the professor walked over there and ripped that test back. And Dawn, she didn't try to write it on her hand or or sneak a little paper in. Dawn bought her cheat sheet in on on a whole eight and a half by 11 piece of paper. One thing she keeps saying though, the one thing that keeps ringing true in her story is that she's a rule follower. She don't break rules. She doesn't break rules. She doesn't break rules. It's been consistent in her life. She's not a rule breaker. So that cracks me up even more when they try to talk about her as a rule breaker. Huh, broke what rule? Did what wrong? Stop it. She don't break rules. She's not a rule breaker. What's the rule? I'm gonna do that. What's the standard? I'm gonna meet that. That's why I was so irritated about us not getting the number one overall the number one overall seed going into the tournament. Why? Because we didn't break no rules. We did everything. That's why she wept like she wept when we won the championship in 23-24, because she had followed all the rules. They did everything they were supposed to do in 22-23, and it didn't get done. Gamecocks fam, what's happening, fam? No doubt about it. Yeah, yeah. Her Virginia experiences year one was crazy. Her Virginia experiences year one. Uh, she always says we try to do things the right way. Exactly. She want to play basketball the right way. She want players treated the right way. She want equity in sports the right way. Like her, you can tell that the Raymond Rosen projects resonate in her life so much. She refers back to that so much. It's such a foundation for her. It's such a foundation for her, and it's crazy because most people be like, "Oh, you came from the projects," but what they would probably assume broken home. They probably would assume raggedy home. They probably would assume high rise. All of these things, right? The stuff that you see on TV. But she tell you she came from a neighborhood that was well manicured. Across, in the what was it, the row houses across from the high rises in the row houses in a neighborhood where you respected the postman, you respected the garbage man. You took care of each other. Y'all spoke to each other. She wants them to respect the game and opponents too. Another do things the right way. Exactly. That's what I love about Dawn. Regardless of whatever you think about her, it's her respect and her care and her love for the game. The way she pours back into basketball, amazing. Absolutely amazing. You could tell she loved the game because the game did a lot for her life. Okay, y'all rep y'all city. Y'all rep y'all. What's the first park? What's the first park that you shot your first basket at? Where did you first play hoop? What was that? What was that black? What was that blacktop? What was that? What was that spot? Where was it? Name your park. Name your park. Where was that? Name your park or your gym or wherever. Where was that first place? Where did you get basketball from? There's a place just like that in Chicago called Cabrini Green. It was probably early on in public housing. Yeah, Cabrini Green did they well Cabrini Green ended up being a Candyman. My bad, I just got in here. I don't know what's going on. You all good, at least in Miami. That's what's happening. Let me know where y'all from. McDade Elementary School. Okay. For me, it was probably that I remember. Like yo, we out here. Uh Man, it was I don't even know the name of the park. But we stayed in some co-ops. We stayed in some co-ops in Lansing, and it was a right out the back door of my little townhouse. You just walked down the hill, and the basketball court was right there. And man, they used to come hoop over there on Saturdays. They used to come hoop over there on Saturdays. Man, hoo-wee, man, they be hooping over there on Saturdays. I couldn't get on the court on Saturdays, but that was the men was out there. It was big hooping. They was talking trash, but you would see some of the best basketball. But Monday through Friday and on Sunday, anytime I could, right down, just walk right out the back of my back door. And sometimes you out there with other people, sometimes you're just out there by yourself. Bright Elementary, Highland Park, Michigan. Let's go. I loved how Dawn gave a different insight to how living in the projects is. Yeah, I'm so sick of the good times version. Damn, damn, damn. Wait, no. It was love. The sense of community, even in the projects, absolutely. I still remember my gym teacher got you started hooping. Yeah, absolutely. My daddy gave me basketball. My father gave me basketball. That was his. He was super passionate about basketball. Damn good hooper. One of the 50 greatest from his city. So I got that. I got that from him. But I mean, Don talked about, you know, basketball became a refuge and faith became a filter. I could feel that. Like basketball was a getaway. It was an escape from anything, everything. You didn't need nobody. It was just you and the ball. You didn't even have to have no hoop. I mean, like she talked about playing with the milk crates, growing up in church, learning how to fight, lead, and serve. If nothing else, Dawn Staley is tough. Dawn Staley is Philadelphia tough through and through. I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. I didn't play basketball. I played handball at the park. Okay. I live in Brownstone, but some of my cousins lived in the projects. Okay. Handball was your game. All right. Now, handball looks way different, like in the Olympics and what other people played than what I remember. Handball in my neighborhood was a little blue ball, little blue rubber ball, and it was kind of like you go, I go, you go, I go. That was handball. It looked different with some what I see some other people do. Uh Man, she talked about coaching not being just an extension of playing, and that transition from elite player to Temple head coach. She didn't want the damn job. She didn't want the damn job. Like that's somebody. That's somebody else really seeing something in you. That's somebody else really seeing something in you. Okay. Berry Farms Recreation Center, DC. Mom got me hip to women's basketball and women's sports overall. So thankful. Basketball gave you confidence as a kid. Oh man, tremendous confidence. Taught you out. You learn so much playing on a team. It was also a way for you and your father to bond. It was a way for me and my dad to bond in a way. In a way, I think young. And then my parents ended up divorcing. So while it was a way for me and my father to bond, it got on my mother's nerves because it just reminded her of my damn daddy. Not that she said that, but that's just how I felt. Like she was like, "Yeah, basketball. I don't know nothing about that. You better go. You better do your schoolwork." So my mom was not like coming to the game. She wasn't get you to practice. She wasn't none of that. She was like, I don't know. You can do that if your schoolwork is done. That's something you figure out on your own. All I'm here about is the education piece. So that the basketball piece became something that like my aunties and them supported me on, something that I pursued on my own. Uh, but yeah, it was definitely a way for me and my dad to bond early. When I early as a kid, you could until someone showed up. That's when you honed your one on one game. You know what I'm saying? You just down there shooting. I mean, somebody gonna walk down there and they saying, "Well, what you doing?" "Well, I'm shooting. Can I shoot with you?" "Yeah, you can shoot." "Okay, you shooting pretty good. You want to play horse?" "Okay." And then horse might turn into, you know, one on one, little game of 21. Play with the boys mostly. You probably know how that is. Yeah, when you cooking them most times. Oh yeah, feelings get hurt. Yeah. The first you then you start hooping. Then you start hooping at the elementary school during recess. You know what I mean? Really hooping. Man, we be hooping. And then you go from there. You go from there. You make I made some great friends. Friends like when they your teammate, even if I haven't seen them, that's still my teammate. If I seen them right now, still my teammate. So it's a great time. Uh 1992, when Drip didn't make the Olympics. That could have been the end of it. That could have been the end all be all. Like, man, I didn't make it. I'm straight. She doubled down on that thing and was like, "Yo, what was wrong with me?" Tar Vanderveer said, "What? Too short? No international playing experience." Political Lil, you was out there. Oh, Political Lil was out there on her Cheryl Miller. Out hooping, bro, huh? Out hooping, bro. She doubled down, man. Um, and locked in. So that meant like still doing it, probably the customer service job until it was time to go to the Olympics or figuring out how to get international. But then taking that trip over to living internationally and playing internationally. It's probably not so bad now, right? Probably not so bad. You got internet, FaceTime, video calls. Could you imagine just being over in some country where you just know only one other person to speak English, and you spending the holidays there year after year after year? You got that for 36 months, y'all. 36 months. Louis, that always makes Pops proud too. When you bust the boy's ass. The Olympic situation is totally why she is the way she is as a coach. Not promises starting spots. Absolutely. Yeah, work for it. I had to work for it. I had to work for it. Not only did I have to work for it, I thought I had it. And they sent my ass home to the crib. To the crib. You're not tall enough and you ain't got enough international experience. Go get it out the mud. Go get it out the mud. I just I felt like, and like, this is when she learned how to lead players, not just athletically, not just from a basketball standpoint, not just on the court, off the court, being a mentor, spiritually helping people. Learning how, this is when she's shaping into this dream merchant, right? She thought that the starting job was hers in '96, right? She got hurt, came back, wasn't even her job no more. Matter of fact, the person that had it wasn't even a true point guard, but she was killing it. What she do? Man, okay. I'm finna make this second team pop. They're gonna be ready. Whenever y'all call on us, we gonna hoop. What has obedience look like in your life? What does that look like for y'all? 'Cause she talked about having to be obedient to what to the challenges and things that have come into her life, and just accepting them. Like, yo, this, I gotta accept it and I gotta walk through this. What does that look like for y'all? I played baseball and I was the youngest kid on the block, playing against the older guys. I evidently went on to play softball, which made me tough. I love it. Okay, Cassie. But it also probably helps her empathize with disappointment. That's so inspiring. The politics with the Olympics had to be a lot back then. Hell yeah. And then Dawn said I wasn't into playing the politics and all that. We hooping us hoop. I ain't getting in all of that. I like what she said. The losses remind me that what feels like the end can be a beginning. Absolutely. Obedience got me through higher education. Me too. Me too. Obedience and discipline. Sheesh. Man, Lord, no, I didn't want to be disciplined that first year. Man, spring semester hit in Montgomery, Alabama. Everybody, man, them clothes came off. Everybody clothes came off. They got their summer clothes on. Man, I was outside. Eesh. Oh my goodness. Obedience for me. Locking in right now and getting through an accelerated master's program right now. Let's go, baby. Let's go. It looks like it. Obedience was better than sacrifice, like the Bible said. Yeah. But it sounded like her success came with a little bit of both, some obedience and some sacrifice. But it's that discipline, it's that consistency. So drip success is in the lives that she helped change. That's so true. You can tell just how she lives her, how she engages with people on a daily basis. Champions are cool, but change makers last. I'm surprised though that the 2017 national championship, still had her kind of questioning her purpose. She had to realign with a deeper assignment. It made me think about when Kevin Durant said he won his first championship and was like the confetti came down. He was like, "That's it, that's it. All of that for this. This is it." It ain't about the championship. It ain't about the championship. It's the pursuit. It's the experience. It's the journey. Sometimes it ain't actually that the final destination. It's that journey that you take to get there. The people that you encounter along the way that make it special. That make it worthwhile. That when you go back and look at it, it was all of these things. I think that's how you know her ceiling is not non-existent. Absolutely, absolutely. When you talk about, what good am I if I can help somebody and I don't? What good am I? I get that from my granny. If I can help you and I don't, what good am I? Obedience puts me in the mind of staying the course, regardless of what may go wrong, knowing there is vision, reason, you, why that keeps you obedient. So to say, yep, what is your why? What is that thing that keeps you obedient and disciplined and dedicated to the mission? Going this way, staying on course. This is why the South Carolina program is so successful. Why? It's built on somebody that's just trying to change lives. I'm not trying to win the championships. Those will come. If y'all do the stuff that I'm telling y'all, those will come. But the life changing is the most important part. The trophies is nice. We can put them up. We can put them up. Dust them off. Talk about them. We got bragging rights on stuff. But the real trophies is in the real trophies and the real success is in 9 Gamecocks in the league right now. 9 Gamecocks in the league right now. No scandals, no bullshit, just hooping. Great women giving back in the community, all in their own way. All now changing lives. That's what she instilled in them. That shit is so cool. That is so cool to me. Let's see what else. What else we were talking about? What's your more than a championship mission right now? What's your more than a championship mission right now? Mine, growing this community, getting 1 million people on the Cess Talk Sports platform, talking women's hoops and growing the conversation around women through the conversation of sports, empowering people, connecting people. This community connects people. It's crazy. This community connects people. Please don't doubt the connections within this community. You got a job that you need to hire somebody for. Please share it with us. Somebody looking for a job here. Somebody could probably help you with that job. You got a talent that you think you can help somebody that'll help somebody else. Share it. But this is how we gonna help each other. This is how we build with each other. This utilize this network. It's cool for us to come over here and laugh and be virtual cousins, but we also can make very powerful connections right here. I done seen cousins meet up with each other, didn't know that they was related, just talking in my chat. I didn't ran into people that I went to high school with, relatives, just talking in my chat. We got to start using these platforms the way others use them. They're great for entertainment, but you can do great business here. You can make great connections. You can make life changing. Uh, you can have life changing experiences right here in this virtual world. Pay it forward. How can we get Coca-Cola to sponsor me? I keep drinking these Coca-Colas every day. I asked Coca-Cola. They didn't respond. I keep messaging them, telling them I'm here. Tell them I'm here. Because we would love a sponsorship. Mine's is connected sports and politics to change our people's economics. Absolutely. It's building a platform. The whole thing about this community right here is it starts at basketball. And it starts at basketball and it starts with the banter, but it builds some trust. I see y'all coming here looking for each other, checking on each other. I ain't seen you in a while. How you been? Your kid was doing this, that, right? Right? You built that trust. And you build up enough trust where you can start to have real engaging conversations. And you can build a network of people that are not necessarily all like minded, but willing to work together to make the world a better place. That's kind of stuff I'm looking for. That's kind of stuff I think that you can do with this platform. Connected sports and politics to change. Yes, I'm loving the conversations that we having around that. That part tripped me out. Coach said, "Conform to who? You conform, right? Conform who? Who conform to who? For what? Why do I have to conform? But that's something that they try to beat over our head consistently. Conform, code switch, dumb it down. Don't be so much you. Mondo in the building. What's up, fam? So out of chapters 1 through 4, out of chapters 1 through 4, which one has hit home for y'all the most? Which one hit hardest for y'all? I know you in that traffic. If you are you currently walking in your assignment right now? I'm trying to every day. I'm trying to walk in my assignment every day. It's hard because it gets hard some days. But I'm definitely w- trying to walk in my assignment every day. Four for you. Okay, chapter 4 for you. Probably four, but four is the one like you got to do what you don't want to do to get what you want. Well, that's hard. I said, Coach, it's a mess, but she was right. Yeah, yeah, conform. Lesson 3 for you. Pull them back up. What was lesson 3? Okay, it's not where you start; it's where you finish. Yeah, hope is a ladder, but you got to do what you don't want to do to get what you want. Every day, you got to get up and do some stuff you don't want to do to be able to have. You might spend 10 hours doing stuff you don't want to do to be able to have 60 minutes to do what you want to do. Inspired by her stepping outside her comfort zone repeatedly to pursue her dreams of basketball. Yeah, I didn't realize she was so introverted, so so shy. Definitely growing along the way. Definitely growing along the way. Like you definitely have to be willing to and interested in growing. Like we here to grow. We're here to look. I had an ex girlfriend father tell me the biggest room in the world is room for improvement. I get up every day trying to be better than I was yesterday. And that ranges, right? That ranges. Some days it's what I mean, hitting a home run. Some days it's just getting up and combing your hair. I mean, shit, it just depends on what the day is. You know, it's just that's human shit. Vito, what up? What up? What up, fam? Appreciate the support, fam. Appreciate the support. We gotta get the sound of money here. Let's go. Appreciate you contributing to the pull up, Vito. Or Vito, you reading the book? Are you reading? If you are, let me know what chapters y'all on. So let me know, y'all. Okay, so we read chapters 1 through 4. We read chapters 1 through 4. And I figure our talk should be about 45 minutes to an hour if it gets real if we get as we get into some more of the book, if we get real in depth on some stuff. Um, and like I said, I will be doing some more engaging stuff during the week. But so, are we okay with reading the next 4 chapters? So when we talk again next Monday, do we want to be finished with chapter 8? Y'all put a two in the chat if you're okay with how we reading with the speed at which we reading the book, and then put a 1 in the chat if you want to make some adjustments. Put a two if you okay. 1 if we need to make some adjustments. Let's figure that out real quick. Let's figure that out before we get ready to get out of here. So it looked like, let me see our next. Okay, you good? Yeah, so our next would be no one does it alone. People over process. Know your worth. Look, sound, feel. Look, sound, feel. So it will be those 4 lessons. Those it will be those 4 lessons that we want to cover. That we want to cover this next time. Okay. Look like everybody we pretty cool with the 4 chapters. I thought that was cool. I know some people are still just getting their books in with the book signing and everything and getting caught up. So by next Monday we should be everybody should have their books and we should be like through chapter 8. But we'll check in. We'll check in during the week, and if y'all want to make adjustments, let me know. We definitely can. We definitely can do that. But I'm just enjoying have a conversation that started at basketball that's somewhere totally different now. Somewhere totally different. So I appreciate y'all coming on this journey with me. Y'all got any last questions for me before we get ready to get out of here? Drop them in the chat if it's your first time here. If you have not, hit that subscribe button. What are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Don't miss the next drop. Do not miss the next drop, y'all. We got VIP stuff coming up. We got a very special VIP coming up June 11th. A very special VIP June 11th with some exclusive content. Do not miss it. Make sure you are a member of the VIP. We also got a CC Show VIP coming up. And another panel VIP. So be on the lookout for that. I'm back here in just a few minutes with Coach Rowe. For now, joining the conversation, we are going to be talking New York Liberty. Can they go 44-0? We're gonna find out. We also are talking Las Vegas Aces with Rowdy Man Media. After that, we're gonna be just doing a deep dive into Las Vegas Aces, where we at right now. So stay locked in with Cess Talk Sports, man, and I appreciate y'all support. Love y'all to life. Until next time, y'all know what it is. Y'all stay tuned. Talk soon, y'all. Whoa. I'm more than a championship mission. Okay, I don't wait, yeah, hold on. Stop the present. It's to be a bright light to others overall, reminding youth of their innate gifts and abilities, connecting them to those that can help nurture them. Yes. Louie, I love it. Anything that I can do to help a kid's light shine. Anything I can do to help a kid's light shine, man. That's what I'm here for. That's what we here for, to me. But y'all know what it is. Yeah, I'm on my grind. Until next time, y'all know what it is. Y'all stay tuned. Talk soon, y'all.